for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
There's a lot of gossip, noise, and straight-up trash talk floating around regarding our second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Today, I was tuning into MLB Network, listening to Matt Vasgersian and Harold Reynolds chew the fat about how the Yankees are supposedly open to a potential Jazz trade. But hold your horses, we got to separate the signal from the noise here. The wonderful Brian Hoch, who does a fantastic job covering the beat, dropped an article on MLB.com that sets the record straight. Nowhere in that piece does it explicitly say the Yankees are shopping Chisholm. Instead, GM Brian Cashman said the club simply has an open mind to proposals while looking for creative ways to beef up the pitching staff. Cashman was pretty clear. He sees Jazz as part of the solution right now. This is a guy who made us better the second we acquired him 2 deadlines ago. He gives us athleticism, all-star caliber defense at second, swipes bags, and brings that electric energy. He was a solid pickup, and there's zero indication the front office is actively trying to dump him. Now, should we, the Bronx Bombers, be open-minded about dealing him? He's got 1 year of team control left. If you don't want to commit to Jazz beyond this season, maybe you listen, but that's a tough pill to swallow. We're talking about a 30-30 threat who plays a mean second base. Don't come at me with Brendan Donovan as a solution or an upgrade over Jazz. I'm sorry, but Jazz Chisholm is a superior ball player to Brendan Donovan. Jazz has a way higher ceiling. If you move Jazz and plug Donovan in at second, all that tells me is you're prioritizing 1 extra year of cheap control over raw talent and impact. Donovan's a nice player. I'd love to have him in pinstripes, but not at the cost of shipping Jazz out of the Bronx. The only way I'm signing off on a Jazz trade is if the return is a legitimate top-tier starting pitcher, someone who's going to shove every 5 days. I'm talking about a guy like Freddie Peralta. If it ain't for an arm like that, forget about it. Peralta is coming off a career year, so a one-for-one swap might have legs, but remember, when you trade Jazz, you're shipping out about 30 home runs from your lineup. If you decide to pull that trigger, the pressure on the rest of the offense goes through the roof. And that leads me right to the Cody Bellinger situation. He's a free agent, and the competition is heating up. Losing Jazz's bat without a clear replacement plan, relying on maybe trades, is a dangerous game for a team that needs to win World Series number 28 right now. This Cody Bellinger situation is stressing me out, I'm not going to lie. We're talking about a guy who mashed 29 dingers and drove in 98 runs last year. Basically a lock for 30 homers and 100 RBIs with an 813 OPS and 125 OPS plus. Now, we got Mark Feinsand reporting that the Mets are heavily involved on Bellinger. That means Uncle Steve Cohen is sniffing around, and they want him in Queens bad. If we lose Bellinger and trade Chisholm, we're staring at a massive hole in our offensive production. Trent Grisham had a career year last season, popping 34 homers, double his previous high of 17. Can we realistically bank on Grisham doing that again in 2026? The Yankees seem to think so, since he took the qualifying offer of $22 million. But hoping Grisham has another outlier season and that Aaron Judge stays healthy and raking is a gamble. The captain had a monster season, but he's going to be 34, and the injury history is always in the back of your mind. If Judge only hits 40 homers, we need someone to pick up that slack of 13 or more bombs. If the Mets steal Belly from under our noses, our plan B better be bulletproof, and for me, that has to be Kyle Tucker. He's a phenomenal pull hitter, tailor-made for the short porch at Yankee Stadium, but the market is weirdly quiet on him. We can't rely on a platoon of Spencer Jones and Jason Dominguez in the outfield. Neither of them has proven they can hit lefties consistently. Jones had a weak .662 OPS against southpaws in the minors, and they both bat better against righties. We need sure things. If Bellinger really wants to be a Yankee, he's got to meet us halfway. If the 5-year offer is there, take the money, bro. But if he's chasing the longest deal possible, maybe we got to let him walk, which puts huge pressure on Cashman to find those runs elsewhere. Finally, we got to talk about the bullpen and Luke Weaver. The front office seems dead set on bringing him back, but at what price? Weaver, at 32 years old, pitched to a 3.62 ERA in 64 appearances, but he was shaky with a brutal September where his ERA was nearly 10 nose row. I know he bailed us out in 2024, but I'm not as sold on him as the rest of the league seems to be. And to wrap this up with a curveball, Jack Curry reported it's more likely the Yankees trade for a starter than sign one. That's got me confused with the rumors about Michael King choosing between the O's and the Red Sox. If King wanted to come back, he'd be here. Preferring trades suggests Cashman is hugging prospects or protecting the payroll. I want to know what you guys think. Should we trade Jazz for an arm or pay up for Bellinger? Sound off in the comments. Smash that subscribe button for more exclusives, and let's pray the front office makes the right moves.